I wanted to update you guys a little bit about my CPDs and the breeding. Some things had happened before when I did this, or rather when the fish did that, and this is just going to be sort of like what I'm doing differently now, trying to correct and learn from possible mistakes that I had made. All of the adults are in this tank, which is the breeding tank, and they have just started to spawning again. All the ones you'll see that are a little on the smaller side are my fry, and like there's a larger male at the bottom there. That's one of the original fish. And I just saw, I check this every morning for free swimmers. I just saw one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it with the camera or not. But instead of doing the nets, which were a giant pain to clean out several times a day, I now have a 3-tank setup for this. This is the breeding tank with all of the adults. There's lots of places for them to lay eggs in here. And this is the fry tank, which was the original tank that I had everybody in. And then, I don't want to pan too fast, this is going to be a cull tank. So one of the things that happened before is that I actually ended up losing like half of my fry. Once they reached the size of about 8 millimeters, they got a very severe spinal deformity. They were basically shaped like the letter S, and it happened pretty quickly with each fish that it happened to, and they passed away very shortly after they got that deformity. But I was able to raise about 8 of them to adulthood. And I figured that, you know, I highly suspect that my original group were like brothers and sisters. So that could be a large contributing factor to that deformity. And I had been looking very hard since like the spring to try to get some non-related CPDs to mix in with them. And they are super hard to find. You know, checking an online fish store that I like, periodically checking one of my LFSs that carries them like once to twice a month, and I had completely run out of luck. But I got super lucky and found some CPDs that are not related to my other CPDs just yesterday. And they're in this little quarantine tank now. They're still really nervous, so I'm keeping the light off except for when I feed them, and I've just put in some frozen Daphnia for them, which they are eating. That one on the left there, I think, is a male. Might be that all the other ones are female. The largest one is definitely a female. They gave me a little bit of a discount because they could not sex them, and they're still a little bit on the juvenile side. But like even if they were all still female, it's still non-related genetics that I can add into my breeding group, which is awesome. So it's a place I've never bought from before. I want to do a really thorough quarantine cycle with them, and I've got my fingers crossed. I've got some egg yolk here that I am going to mix with some tank water and put it into the fry tank. I highly doubt you're going to see any of the babies in here. They love hiding in this post-stemon. And there's all kinds of other places they can hide. And they're still like super, super tiny. I'm lucky if I wait here for a while with a flashlight on the tank and catch the little sort of glitter from an eyeball or something to find them. I've got my egg yolk mixed with some water and some first bites here. And I'll take an eyedropper and put that into the fry tank. Not all of it, because I made kind of a lot. But yeah. Okay, I just saw one. It's like right in this area. Somewhere in here. You might just have to take my word for it. But at least I know they're still in here. I haven't died, so that's really good. Okay, I don't see the free swimmer, but if you look in the back, you see that there's like this little tiny thing stuck to the back glass. I think that is a newly hatched one. They will stick to surfaces right after they hatch for a little while. See, that's tiny little black line just up and to the right center of the heater suction cup. But I did have a free swimmer and I can't find it now. Right there. And I'm going to slowly add in water from this tank and then go ahead and put it in. As you can see, they are still super, super tiny. I have just added the new one that I caught out of the other tank into this tank. And of course, I don't see it anywhere. So fingers crossed. I may not have a very big batch of them this time because they definitely are very closely related at this point. I'm just waiting for the new ones to be able to come out of quarantine and mix in with the population. One of the reasons I decided to do this 3-tank setup instead of using those nets, other than it just being less work, is that there was one in here that I was never able to catch to put in a net. And it actually did the best out of all of them. So I figured, you know, if they can have a whole tank, hopefully some infusoria from this moss and other things, you know, maybe they'll all do a little bit better. So, and I'm not really sure how to end this. Sorry, I can't show you more of the fry. But thanks for watching, and like and subscribe if you want to keep following my journey on this. And wish me luck with the new quarantine fish. All right, thanks guys.